Alright guys, it was only fair we made this video. Here are 5 things I love about the 4th gen Ram Rebel. What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. If you watched my previous video, you would have saw that we did a 5 things I hate about the 4th gen Ram Rebel. So I thought it was only fair that we went ahead and do a 5 things I absolutely love about the 4th gen Ram Rebel. So stick around, let's get to it. Hope you enjoy the video. Alright, first thing on the list. It's going to be the major thing you notice between a Ram Rebel and a regular Ram 1500. And that's going to be the exterior changes. I've already switched them out, but you get the different front bumper, different grille on the front, and a different rear bumper on the Rebel. Like I said, I'm running aftermarket ICI bumpers, but for the stock ones, you actually get a metal bumper. Unlike on the other Ram 1500s where it's a plastic bumper, which is either like the matte black textured finish or painted finished. Since the Rebel is an off-road kind of variant of the 1500, you get steel bumpers, which is pretty sweet in my opinion. The Rebel also comes with basically an off-road tire. It's a Toyo off-road tire. It comes with a smaller, more kind of an off-road style 17-inch wheel. Obviously, that's not what I have on here. I have 35-inch Pro Comps on Method race wheels. But, if you've ever seen a stock Rebel before, you know what I'm talking about. You also get a different hood, or a different grille, sorry. You get the actual big Ram grille on the front here. On the other one, you kind of get the crosshair grille. So you got the Ram badging up at the front, and you also get the big Ram on the tailgate. Some people don't like it. I think it actually looks pretty cool. So for me, that's going to be the first thing that I absolutely love about the 4th gen. Number 2 on the list. It's not a Rebel specific thing, but it's going to be this right here. 5.7 liter HEMI. I think it is an absolute badass engine. It's got 395 horsepower, 410 foot-pounds of torque. It's an absolute fucking beast. And it's reliable. It's not the prettiest looking engine, you can see right there, but it's very accessible to get to everything. Working on it's easy. It does its job. It's reliable. It has been for me. I've had 3 Ram 1500s. I've never had a mechanical problem with any of them. It does the trick, and honestly, it performs pretty well. Pretty quick for a truck. This is a pretty big truck on 35s, and it still boogies when you put the foot down. Now, I should comment and say that not every 1500 and not every Rebel actually does come with the HEMI. You could actually get I believe it's the Pentastar 3.6 liter V6 in it. But, to me, I don't understand why you would do that. If you can get a V8 in a truck, definitely get the V8 in the truck. For me, I love this engine. And not only that, it sounds fucking awesome as well. Especially if you have an aftermarket exhaust on it. And even if you don't have any sort of aftermarket exhaust on it, from stock, it sounds great. It definitely sounds better than the EcoBoost V6 engines. The Silverado, those engines sound pretty good too, but I think the HEMI Rumble, it sounds great. I'm also going to comment and say that the 8-speed transmission that's in this truck is also, it's been great. You don't really feel a lot of shifting around as you're driving. It's very smooth, it's responsive, and it's also pretty good for towing as well. Now number 3, it's that love or hate thing again. It was in my last video, but I'm also gonna have to put it in this video. When it works, it's awesome. When it doesn't, it's a nightmare. It is gonna have to be the air ride again. The air ride on the Rebel, again, it doesn't really make a bunch of sense, but it's kind of what drew me towards the truck, just because I had kind of this different expectation about it. But I can't knock it and say that it isn't a comfortable ride. For a truck, this thing drives great. It drives so smooth. I've had Mercedes, I've had Lexus, I currently have an Alfa Romeo. This thing drives smoother than all of those, and I'm going to attribute that to the air ride. It drives like a cloud. So for those long drives or road trips, having the air ride, it feels great. And even now that it's lifted up on the BDS and I have the Fox shocks in the rear, it still drives great. It's still super smooth. It's just a little bit funky when you start to have issues with it and you can't really figure out what's going on. So that's why I kind of get like, I'm kind of torn on it. It's a love and hate, but when it works, it's awesome. It makes loading stuff, anything in the back, really easy. Building materials, motorcycles, anything like that. Clearance into a parking garage or a car wash, you can lower it down. And even when you're going off-road, you can raise it back up another inch, get more ground clearance. It's great. So I'm gonna have to put it on this list as well. I hate it, but I also love it, and it's the air ride system. Now, number 4 on the list is probably the other thing that draw me to the Rebel, and that is just the overall interior itself. I think it looks great. Sorry, it's a little bit dirty, but I think, you know, the red trimmed seats that has the tire print in the middle, then you get all the red accent trim all around it, the red stitching, the full the infotainment center on this thing. I think it's absolutely great. All the options that you can get through in there, I think it looks awesome. I think just the overall package, when you have the red interior, it looks great. Not, you know, not every Rebel comes with the red trim. You can get the whole blacked out interior, which I believe it's part of the blackout package, so you get all the black interior. Then you get like your wheels that are blacked out as well, all your badging and all that. But I think the red, it really sticks out. And not only that, you really get the nice the floor mats, the rubber floor mats. But then, not just besides the look of it, it's also really practical. There's so much storage in this thing. You know, this is my work truck, so I always have tools and shit in the back, but you can fold stuff up and you can make this thing completely flat. So if you don't want to put anything in your bed, you can also put it on here as well. You see, and that goes for the whole across. You can basically make it like a flat bench back here, you know. So, you know, you get the picture. But not only that, there's tons of storage. Well, that's the sub, but over here, flip this, look at that little storage compartment right there. And then even behind the floor mats, another storage compartment right there. You get the little sleeves behind the seats, cubby hole right back here, another cubby hole up here, big one, another one over here. You get pretty deep center console here, double center console like that. That part lifts up too. Now, just for the record, this is not the stock steering wheel. If this came stock, it would be fucking badass. But this is actually the Carbon-Tastics carbon steering wheel that I switched out. But actually the stock steering wheel that you'll see in some of my other videos, it still had all the red stitching on it, the red accent trim. So that looks really nice as well. Just I didn't want anyone watching this video thinking that you could get a carbon fiber steering wheel from Ram. You know, they should do that in the TRX, but there you go. I think it looks sick. And if you get the Ram box option, even better. Look at that. Oh, look at all that. I got, you know, all my work supplies in here. You know, these things are worth gold right now. So yeah, those are safe in there. So there's just so much storage on this thing. It just makes it so practical for a work truck or even like a daily driver. But yeah, that's what I definitely got to throw it on the list. Just the interior, as well as all the storage options you get on it. It just makes this such a practical vehicle, practical truck, practical work truck. I absolutely love the interior of the Rebel. So that's number 4, guys. Now for number 5, last but not least, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say that a huge selling point for me on the Ram, or not just the Ram, but the Ram Rebel, is the price. Show me the money! Now, I'm gonna show you my window sticker. This truck is fully loaded, minus the sunroof. Had a sticker price of $55,000. Pretty expensive, I get that, but they have such good rebates and such good specials when you go to buy one of these things. Like I said, this is a $55,000 window sticker. I bought it off the showroom floor, brand new. I got the extended warranty on it, and I paid $44,000 out the door. Show me a better truck that you could buy for $44,000. So, you know, dollar for dollar, bang for buck, it's going to be hard to beat the Rebel, in my opinion. It looks great, it performs great, it drives great, it's super easy to work on. The maintenance cost as well is super low. If you can change your own oil, you can change your oil every 5,000 6,000 miles if you want for 80 bucks. I think it calls, you can even change it every 10,000. I do it every 5. I don't do it every 3 like some people do, whatever. But it's super cheap to work on, it's super easy to work on, and for a big truck with all the, you know, nice features in it, it's affordable. You know, you go and look at a Tacoma, which is a smaller truck, it's underpowered, it doesn't have as good of a towing capacity, and it costs just as much as one of these things. I'm talking about the TRD Pro, which in my opinion, the TRD Pro is the comparable trim option to the Rebel. You know, besides the fact that it's not, you know, the same size truck, but, you know, for argument's sake, let's go ahead and say that. Or let's go ahead and talk about the AT2 from GMC. That truck, it's all day about $15,000 more than one of these things. Let's talk about the Raptor. It's a badass truck, but you're paying double. So for me, all those other trucks, they don't really make a lot of sense financially when you could go ahead and jump into one of these, and the interior's nicer, has better technology in it. It has the RAM boxes, which is a huge plus for me or anyone else that's looking for a work truck. So you can't really go wrong for the price. You can't really go wrong for the maintenance cost on it. So price, in my opinion, it's an overall win. So there you have it, guys. 5 things I absolutely love about the 4th gen Ram Rebel. This is my personal truck. I love it. One of my favorite vehicles ever. So if you're looking for a 4th gen Rebel, you know, do it. Go for it. It's a great truck. You'll absolutely love it. If you could jump into a 5th gen Ram Rebel, even better. That probably is going to be my next truck as well. So if you like this video, go ahead, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. You'll be a real baller if you do that. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.